Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dan Gelptuck, he, him pronouns. I am the interim co-director for philanthropy at Episcopal City Mission. Really glad to be here with Sashi James from Families for Justice as Healing. We are here to talk about ECM's new grant-making program called Finding Our Way Home, where we provide incredible organizers like Sashi and incredible organizations like Families for Justice as Healing resources to bring healing, spiritual practice, and rest to their power building work. And so we are doing a series of interviews with our wonderful grantees to learn a bit about the models that they use to really deeply integrate healing into their work. And so I'd like to invite Sashi. Sashi, please share just a little bit about yourself, a little bit about Families for Justice is Healing, and what brings you to organizing work.
So my name is Sashi James, and I am the co-director at Families for Justice as Healing. I also represent the National Council for Incarcerated, Formerly Incarcerated Women and Girls as the director of Reimagining Communities. What brings me to this work is because I'm a daughter of formerly incarcerated parents. Our organization works to end incarceration of women and girls. And my mom, who was a former criminal defense attorney, she was incarcerated in Danbury federal prison. We are very transparent that if she was a white woman, she would have received a fine or fee, or just maybe a slap on the hand. However, because she was a Black woman, she was sentenced to 24 months. She served 18 months of that sentence. But when she was inside of the prison, she came out with a mission to end incarceration of women and girls. And so, as a family who was impacted fully with our father being incarcerated for 12 years, our mother being incarcerated years later, also me as a child, also on the pathway to imprisonment. We realized that, well, my mom realized we had to do something different, and it started with politicizing our family. Also, just having, seeing women that were incarcerated and understanding that women are not what they look like in their mugshot. Women are dying inside of a prison. Women are aging inside of a prison. And what does that really look like for community, and why are we wasting so much funding on prisons and even building new prisons? So me being one of the apples of the family, I really took to reimagining communities because I also was a child who dropped out of school early. I had no interest in structure, but I realized quickly that it's because the structure is not designed for us. And the structure, it takes a little bit of a more radical approach, which is centering love and care. And so that's what reimagining communities is about. It's about not creating an alternative, but also just creating a safe space for people so that way they don't end up causing further harm, and they don't, and they have the tools that they need so that way we can all live a dignified life that's centering healing, wellness, and just humanity. But it doesn't stop there. Our Families for Justice Healing is our model organization that we use to share across the country as a replica of what different looks like. And so movement building is super important for us because it's not just Massachusetts that's struggling with over incarceration or the fact that we're addressing the poverty, substance use, mental health, housing, education. We're addressing all of those things currently right now with incarceration. However, what does it look like for us to pour funding into all of those things so that way people can actually live and create better pathways for themselves? What does it look like for us to support people who have been stripped away from generational wealth and actually give them an opportunity for them to allow growth for generational wealth? So that's what brings me to this organizing field of ending incarceration of women and girls, because I just know that women deserve better. And if we start organizing and pouring love into the women, we know that we will be able to feed the village and heal the village, because life kind of starts with us. And so I'll just pause there.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Sashi, for sharing that incredibly powerful story and just for your incredible wisdom and dedication to this movement of ending incarceration for women and girls. Thank you so much. And Families for Justice as Healing, under Sashi's leadership, has been an incredibly strong grantee for really a lot of what ECM does, certainly through our Burgess Urban Fund, and then now, more recently, over the last couple of years, through our Finding Our Way Home grant funding program at the intersection of spirituality, healing, and justice. And it is in your name, so it is not a surprise that Families for Justice as Healing leads really strong healing work at the same time that you lead strong community organizing and power building work. And you actually began to articulate it just now in a really beautiful way when you talked about love and you talked about care. And so I just want you to just share a little bit more about what Finding Our Way Home has allowed your organization to do in terms of access to healing resources and how that has impacted your work.
Well, we're very grateful for the support and also the relationship and the connection that we have been able to build with other organizations, and just to be able to be on the front center of what it looks like to be connected to other resources, especially as an abolitionist organization led by Black women that are formerly incarcerated. It's really hard to, you always are fighting to have a seat at the table. So this type of connection through the Finding Our Way Home grant has been really beautiful to connect with other people who are kind of on the movement train, but in different parts of the movement train. But even more, you know, we have different components of reimagining communities, and then we're also human beings. And so, for an example, you know, the components of reimagining communities is transformative justice, participatory defense, participatory budgeting, economical development, a free heart fellowship. Then under that, we have a hydroponic farm, we have basic income, we have basic housing, we have a community pantry, we have a community fridge, we have community libraries, we have community healing stipends. And then in addition to that, it's like, we also have a staff that that has to also center care, and that's how it really started. Was like, for example, my dad transitioned unexpectedly 2 years ago, and since my dad unexpectedly transitioned, you know, the train doesn't stop, and so it's like, what does it look like to give space for the community and people like us who are in community the opportunity and the love and care to grieve? And that has never been allowed in our community. And we lose people every single day. I mean, within the last 3 weeks, I have lost 2 neighbors due to gun transgressions in our community. And not once have we paused or said, like, what did they need? How could we have prevented this? And that is just a response of like, we need to incarcerate these people, or they were gang affiliated. And it's not always the case. And so what we're doing is centering care, love, and the wellness of the people. And to be honest with you, the work has to be centered and grounded. The foundation has to be love. And that's what healing is. Healing and love are equal to each other. And so that means giving people the tools that they need. Not everybody will use the tools, but at least we presented options for people to utilize healing spaces. And so one of the healing spaces that we have created in partnership with a High Frequency, which is Ebony and is allowing people to explore sound healing, allowing people to use oils and essential oils to healing, and what the smells look like to like center your wellness, and you know, crystals and salt, and just like learning about these things that we have never understood. Even myself, I'm still like, I don't know what that even means, but I have all these beautiful stones, you know, all around my house now.
This is beautiful.
Because I'm like, you know, this is, there's power in the earth, and these stones come from the earth. And so, what does it look like for us to have access to these things? And through our Finding Our Way Home grant, you know, we've learned to even dive deeper than that. because now it's like, okay, some people can't only just have sound healing as an option, but also some people want to use go do healing in a different way, which means maybe accessing the healing stipend that we offer and taking
Mm,
and financial support to go maybe get a massage. Maybe it's to go see a therapist. You know, we
mm,
offer the healing stipend, and one of the comments that our youth made was that they don't feel comfortable going to the therapist in their school to talk about some of their trauma because they know that therapists are mandated reporters and they don't want to criminalize their family. That's
mm,
really sad that we have to pause from talking to people because we don't want to be criminalized by basic experiences that may be happening at your house that you know doesn't mean that your parents should be incarcerated for or harmed by, but they just need extra support. And because children are able to now point that out, we're able to support people with the opportunity to go pay. Here's $500 if you need to go see a therapist. Here's an opportunity on us that will allow you access to
mm.
go see a therapist.
Wow.
And that's really powerful. And I think that more organizations and more funders and people should be exploring what does it look like for us to center the health and well-being of people based on individual cases and not just one box frame of what healing looks like for us. And so we've been really grateful because this has helped us explore further connections on creating a safe space. Because as an organization, even with our community shifters that are on the ground every single day in Roxbury, Dorchester, and our corridor door knocking, you know, they have to have a safe space to come back to because the healing starts at the foundation. And the foundation is our staff. The foundation that are put in the foundation is the people that are putting themselves on the front line. And so just giving them access to that has just been so beautiful. And then also we do sound healing in the hood. And so
Mm,
those same blocks that our people are, you know, being shot on or losing their life, you know, we then go into the neighborhood and we do sound healing
mm,
on that block just to let people know that we're here, we love you, we
mm,
care, we understand. You took a loss, we took a loss, a community took a loss. It's not just you by yourself. And it feels good.
mm. Wow. Wow, Sashi, thank you so much. It is really just an honor to be able to support your incredible work, and it's so moving just to hear how deep you all have brought healing into what you do and into your community. So thank you so much. Really wonderful to talk to you, and we look forward to continuing to support you in the years to come. Have a wonderful day.